Welcome to Baller League Unfiltered. Raw, real, relentless. Welcome to another edition of Baller League Unfiltered, Raw, Real, Relentless, bringing you the latest talk on and off the pitch from the newest era in football. And this is the first not Yanited interview on the series. I am joined by James Caton of MVP's Yanited, another team flying in the league right now. 3 wins from 3. James, welcome to the show. How are we doing, first of all?
Yeah, no, really good. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Brilliant, fantastic stuff. So we're just going to get straight into it, really. 6-4 against SDS FC. Brilliant win for the team. Obviously, I know you're currently injured at the moment, but it was a fantastic win for the lads.
Yeah, no, amazing. I think, to be honest, internally, it was one that we were really looking forward to. It's sort of been very well documented in terms of the betting odds, where we are in terms of our chances for this tournament, seen as one of the underdogs. So going up against one of the supposed favourites and putting a performance that we did the other night, I think sort of is testament to the lads and how much belief we have internally in what we can do in this tournament.
It seemed like you've got a really good togetherness about the squad, and I know the managers and the coaches are going to be instrumental to delivering that and being like the instigators of that. I mean, first of all, speaking on your main coach, I mean Stephen Seamer, one of the most passionate people I've ever watched on a touchline. I mean, his passion must shine through the rest of the squad, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's intense, but I think ultimately that intensity shows how much he wants to win. And every single one of the players, whether they're starting on the bench or even not in the squad, sees so much value in that. That's why every single one of us are at every single game, training session, because he demands such a high standard, and that's a standard that we want to sort of thrive off and produce in games.
Just talking about your managers now as well. I mean, Maya Jama and Alisha Lehmann, two big personalities in very different areas of the world. You know, one in entertainment, one in women's football, but both blend together so brilliantly. I mean, what's the chemistry like working with Maya and Alicia as managers?
Yeah, I'll be honest, they've been class. I think people probably seeing it as, oh, what do they know about football? But you'd be surprised. I think obviously even Maya there on sort of Monday night, you've seen sort of how into it she was and how much she wants to win, and credit to her. We had a bit of team bonding on Sunday night where Maya took all the team out, which was very much appreciated. Alicia as well, flying from Turin most game weeks. She's obviously got quite a bit of input from the football side as well. So I think, all being said, as a three, I genuinely don't think we could have better managers or coaches.
Absolutely. And as we look ahead to match week 4, I mean, again, looking at the schedule, I mean, you've got a pretty tough one again. You're coming up against Deportrio, another side that's going to be probably in and amongst that mix potentially in the final 4 come the end of the regular campaign.
Yeah, I think again, just like with SDS, Deportrio is one of the supposed favourites. So ultimately, all we want to continue to do is what we've been doing, and we believe in ourselves. We believe in the group. We genuinely believe that every single team in this league is beatable. So everyone has the strengths, everyone has the weaknesses. Yeah, I think obviously Deportrio, it was very well documented from their manager, Mika Richards, that he wasn't happy with the performance. I think they got very, very lucky against M7. So yeah, it sort of has all the makings for another very, very good game.
Obviously, yourself as a player with previous experience in the football league, obviously we know the obvious differences between the ball league and football professionally. But what have you noticed as a player, the similarities in both and sort of putting them together?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, pitch size is very different, but I think game understanding is still very much the same. There's obviously offside lines, there's, spatial awareness. You've obviously got the raw technical aspects of it in terms of, your control and trying to beat a man, vice versa. And even in terms of intensity, people think that the 11-a-side game might not be as intense, but it really is. This is just another level. So yeah, I think that there are a lot of similarities, and I think obviously, look, every single week you're seeing more and more, Premier League footballers watching it, stuff like that. It's because it's entertaining. In the 11-a-side game, it has become extremely tactical, and you've sort of lost a lot of that like flair aspect. Where, especially when I was growing up and watching, you'd have the likes of Ronaldinho or Ronaldo, and it's kind of been lost. Whereas I think more and more eyes that are watching this now are seeing how entertaining it is, how many goals are being scored, the skills on show. And I think it's probably just the breath of fresh air that, football has needed.
Obviously, I know, I mean, speaking from previous experience with people from United, I think they're taking it kind of game by game. Have you guys got the same mentality, sort of taking it game by game, or do you have this kind of slight confidence in the back of your minds that you could be there come match day 12?
Yeah, obviously very, very confident in the group. Like I've said before, anyone can beat anyone on any given match day. And I think our priority is generally just focusing on ourselves. We know if we do what we can do and win the games that we win, come match day 12, we'll be where we need to be.
Absolutely. James, thank you very, very much for coming on and being part of the show this year.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers. Thanks for that.